Hello, hello, happy Sunday. Are we vibing? I see we're all vibing to the intro. KB Collision, I did not make I did not make that amazing intro. I did not. Sophie just is trying to gaslight everybody into believing that I made that. I wish I made that. No, YouTube actually gives us a choice of about 12 or 15 different intros we can use. And everybody just seems to use the default one. Sorry, Rio's on the verging on being where he shouldn't be. Mr. Man, Rio. Yeah, I would rather you didn't go on that table. Rio! Hey! Just behave now. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. You come here now. Come over here now. Good Lord. So yeah, I just happened to pick that one. I guess everybody else just picks the ones that you don't yell at him. He's very bad. He's on the table. Get up here. It's not supper time. I don't care. You're not hungry. Listen to him. There he is. I know, but it's not supper time yet. I don't care. You're not hungry. You're overfed. To be frank, you should go on a diet. I hate to be the one to break it to you, Rio. He starts, I told you guys, I don't know if you remember, there was one day when he didn't eat. So, of course, I panicked, and I fed him a can of wet food. And that stuff is full of crack or something because he became immediately addicted to it. So then I started giving him half of a small can at like 6 o'clock. When I leave to go down to feed Joan, it distracts him while I leave, and he's happy. But now he starts at like 3:30 in the afternoon. If I got up from this chair, he would immediately jump up and run over to the food dish. It's like crack in that stuff. But now he's actually, even though the union says he doesn't have to work on Sundays, here he is for our enjoyment. Mr. Man. Rio. Hi, handsome. How are you? He says, don't bother me, woman. I'm bathing. I know, but I don't want him to be fat. Cass says, I would overfeed him. I cave too easy. That's my mom. And guess what? Her cat has diabetes. Rio's not going to get sick. I'm just going to sharply limit. So I just give him a 1/4 cup of dry in the morning, and then I give him half a small can at dinner time, and then I usually give him another 1/4 cup. That's all he gets. And he's a great big huge monster of a cat, so he's fine. So we meet again. We have to stop this. People are going to start to talk. You know what I did last night? Look what I started to do. You won't be able to read this. I don't know if you'll get the drift, but this is what I started to do last night. It gets serious when I start doing this chicken scratching on paper and figuring out flights. So I cannot go for a while. I have way too many hurdles to overcome as far as taking care of my mom and Rio and my mom's diabetic cat. So there's a lot of stuff I have to take care of. And quite frankly, I can't afford to go away right now. So I'm thinking maybe February. And that's what I started to do. So I figured out flights from Toronto to Lima, and then I'd have to go from Lima to Iquitos and spend a day in Iquitos, and then a 5-hour canoe ride up the Amazon to the tributary where the lodge is, and then 6 days, 5 nights at the lodge, and then back to Iquitos, and spend a day in Iquitos, and then another day in Lima, Peru, and then back home. 9 days. So that's how it starts when I start doing that. So last night I was looking at hostels, because I think on the way in I'll stay in hostels in Lima. Excuse me, in Lima and in Iquitos I'll take hostel. But then on the way home after the jungle, I think I will book a nicer hotel to stay in. So that's my plan. So that's what I started to do last night. That amuses me. It keeps me calm. It gives me hope. something to look forward to and all that. I already figured out where I want to go. Now I have to do all that. And I love travel research. I love looking for flights and hotels and all that stuff. I don't overplan for when I'm away, but I love super planning the transfers and stuff. I don't know. I should have been a travel agent. Only 9 days. I can't go longer. I can't leave him longer than 9 days. He'll die, and I will die. It's too hard. It's not even the shortest trip. There's shorter trips into the Amazon, but 6 days, 5 nights is a reasonable trip in there. It's, trust, I've been to other places. I was in near Corcovado, Costa Rica, which is, they call it the Little Amazon. It's just a lot smaller. But 5% of the entire planet's biodiversity is in Corcovado National Park. So it's intense there. And I stayed in a place very close, right at the edge there. And remote is lovely in thought, but in practice it can be really trying. And I'm not 22 years old anymore, so some things are a little tough. Like the nearest store, my first day there I got sun and heat stroke, so I was quite sick and I was throwing up. And the nearest store to get anything was about a 6-kilometer hike through the jungle. So some of the volunteers went to the store that day, but then they forgot to I asked them to get me ginger ale. God, it's all I wanted was a ginger ale. And so, like, you know, there's no you have to take a boat to get to the next town to get to an ATM. Like, there's challenges that when you live in a place like downtown Toronto and I walk everywhere in my life because I'm so convenient to everything, being that remote might be a little much for me. So 6 days, 5 nights in a lodge. It's a nice lodge, no single supplement, which I like. And you get a private guide assigned to you only when you get there, and they're your guide for the entire trip. And there's no planned itinerary. There's a list of things, and you just sit down every day with your guide and figure out what things you want to do that day. So I cannot imagine a more perfect support. Like, I like doing things on my own, but you cannot do those things on here. I'm not going to go to the Amazon on my own. I'm not an idiot. No. No. So that's kind of the best of both worlds, really, isn't it? It's all the freedom plus a guide and a personal guide. So you don't have to go on tours with a whole bunch of other people. You and your guide go out. I love that so much. It's so exciting. So I figure about $3,000. So I need to save $3,000 between now and February. So, let's hit that $100,000, 100,000 subscribers. Can you imagine with that plaque? Can we get that plaque? Look, I got a space for it. Cosmic Jerk says, who's going to take care of your narc? Well, that's part of the challenge, right? I got to figure out who's going to take care of her, who's going to take care of him, who's going to take care of her cat, who needs 2 insulin shots a day. It's a lot of stuff, but it's just stuff that I got to... I'll dig through it. I'll figure it out. I talked to her actually last night about this trip. And she's okay with... She's coming to terms with it. So, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Where there's a will, there's a way, and I have to get to the Amazon before I'm too old to be able to go and enjoy it. Let's be real. Even though I'm a skinny legend. Almost. I don't know. I'm weighing tomorrow. Weigh in Monday. So today we're doing meatloaf in our little cooking stream. Our cooking Sundays. And I didn't try it on camera, but I just tried it a few minutes ago, and I gotta say, it's friggin' really good. Really, really good. I've never tried this. Because I'm a chef, I don't always follow recipes, unless it's a baking recipe and then you follow the recipe. But for cooking, I generally just look things up and I'll read the recipe to get an idea, and then I go make it. So I did look up a recipe for this, but I kind of just winged it. I changed a couple things. The time here is 4:39 p.m. Sorry, I'll move him into better focus. So, because I wanted to make this meatloaf, and of course it's, friendly for what I can eat, it's pork. And it's got grated apple in the meatloaf. So good. So good, you guys. I just Googled Amberlynn Reid meatloaf. And of course, she hasn't made one because, well, meat is creepy. She wouldn't be touching creepy meat. But she has, of course, mukbanged one. Mukbang. I don't know how to say that word. So that's what we're going to watch. After I see what you guys are up to. Skyfully says, I was planning on traveling later this summer, but I have to have a hysterectomy next month, plus possible brain surgery soon. Skyfully? Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Hysterectomy, that's kind of easy, I guess. Not easy, but, you know, it's common. Brain surgery? Girl. Book travel time for recovery. Go to somewhere gorgeous and peaceful like Costa Rica and sit on a beach and recover. I see the goose is here. The goose is here. She should usually, I assumed she'd be by the pool. I guess she climbed out of the water. Our little mermaid has climbed out of the water. Rekka says, I experiment more with baking than cooking, I think because I've been doing it longer. Well, it's funny because all I've been doing is cooking, but I'm a pastry chef. So I don't do any baking on this channel, which is kind of funny. But right now I can't really do a lot of baking because I'm not eating all that stuff. Hey, Bob Smith. Nice to see you here. She says mukbang. Cosmic Jerk says. She says mukbang. But doesn't everybody else say mukbang? And honestly, I don't even care. I don't care enough to learn what it's called because I don't like them. It's not my thing. But without any further ado, should we try? I don't want to put her on full screen because then we have issues. Let me just make this a little bigger. Oh, Merc, where are you? There I am. At least she didn't make this meatloaf, right? A mukbang. I think I made a graphic for that once. Way long ago I did a cooking stream that they didn't work, but I'm just going to keep doing these because I think they're getting better every week, right? Yeah, Lucky Charm says, bless you, Skyfully. How about, can you guys throw a bunch of hearts? Blog TV, we used to call it a love flood. Give Skyfully some hearts and positive energy for upcoming surgeries. Some warning before you pop that image. I'm sorry, Purbug. I should have given you a heads up. So this is called mukbang. Meatloaf and mashed cauliflower. Eat with me. Thank you guys. You're so lovely. Meat creeps are out, but ground meat is okay, you guys. Ground meat is okay, and meatloaf is made up of ground meat. Look, this reminds me of Blog TV. Love Floods. Kicking Geese, did you guys do that in the Blog TV US? We did it in Canada all the time. It's so nice. It's heartwarming. Look at all that, Skyfully. See? You'll be fine. We got you. And in the meantime, we can distract you with this woman. This woman. Hey, Jan, I don't think I said hi to you. And Andy has COVID again. I saw that in the chat before we went live. Andy, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well either. Speedy recovery to you. And Andy said they've got COVID for the second time. That's a lot. Okay, so this woman is eating this meatloaf. Let's watch this woman. And it's an apology video of sorts. I didn't watch it again. I'm sure I saw it at one point. But I didn't rewatch it, but I did read the comments, and everybody was talking about an apology. So let's see what she's, They said it reminded them of when Chantel comes back and is all soft-spoken after a rage. So I guess she's trying to make up for people. So let's watch. For all you sick people, you just get distracted by this, okay? Put all that stuff out of your mind and let's watch this woman.
Do a new video. If you hear a little skit, scat, scat, Trixie and Chubbs are out. If I'm a little crooked, I'm sorry. I've been running around while my food was completed. I've been running around trying to find my tripod because Eric used it and I could not find it. So if you're a little crooked, I apologize. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna fix it because it's annoying me, so it's probably annoying y'all. I think I fixed it. Okay.
I didn't notice, to be quite honest.
For my mukbangs, my new thing is I'm gonna ask you guys.
Is her volume okay? Do I have Discord open? I don't... Yes, I do. Did you send me something? I'm live right now. I'll talk to you soon. I do have Discord open. Why? And is it too light? Is it too light? Why is it lagging? I'll close it. I'll close it. Watch me. I've been having some computer issues. I restarted and I reset the modem and all that stuff. And I stopped to say something and now I forget. Okay, I closed Discord. Let's see what else I can close here. I have a folder thing open. I can close that. Alright. Her volume's okay, thank you. That's what I was asking about, the volume. I was listening to Rage Against the Machine really loud just before we went live.
For topics or subjects or questions that you want me to talk about. So it's going to be, I guess, a wide range, hopefully. So the first thing I want to talk about is, before I even eat,
I want
to apologize to the people who thought I was being rude and smug in my last video. That was definitely not my intention, and
no.
I noticed that when I'm like upset about something, sometimes I act a certain way, which I really...
She's not rude and smug. It's when other people make her mad. She acts a certain way. But she's not rude and smug, guys. You got it wrong.
Did not intend. I was just really hurt that I uploaded a progress video and people were really rude to me about it. So I was upset about that. But I do apologize for coming off a certain way that I didn't mean to, because that definitely wasn't my intention. I think I was just so hurt that I was kind of like sulking in that. And I've gotten a lot of supportive messages, and I just have to focus on those. And they made me realize
it wasn't her fault that she was acting rude, guys. It was the way that people made her feel. She can't control that. Feelings just land on her like snowflakes.
That the people who are saying negative things about a progress photo are people who don't genuinely truly care.
Progress photo. Okay.
They'd be like, oh wow, like that's amazing type thing. I've had a few people word it a lot better than how I'm wording it, so yeah, I do want to apologize to those who I really did affect, because I felt horrible for that. So a lot of people have been asking me about my favorite freshly meals, and the homestyle chicken.
She apologizes to those that she affected. Is that an apology for what you're saying? Really? Not really, right? It's kind of putting the responsibility off on the affected people. Nice try, girl, but it's not real, doesn't ring real sincere. And can we just for a moment discuss these peas and carrots that are on her plate? This is frightening to me. I can feel the texture of those carrots in my mouth. You know when you push your tongue against the roof of your mouth and they just smush because they're so soft? They used to be full of fiber. She thinks they're healthy.
With the butternut mac, which is the one that I had in my last video. That's one of my favorites, and this one. This is turkey and mushroom meatloaf, and I will let you know right now, I don't really taste the mushrooms, so if you don't like mushrooms...
So aggressive.
It's okay, or at least I think so, because I don't really taste it. And then we have some carrots and peas, and this is cauliflower mash. This one might actually be my #1 favorite. They swap meals a lot. New meals come in, so you can never get bored. I will be devastated when they get rid of that one. We have some carrots.
Devastated.
And some Laughing Cow cheese.
I love the way she does this when she eats.
I've actually never had the Laughing Cow cheese
It's cute.
with carrots, so I wanted to try it.
She's never had the Laughing Cow cheese with carrots. She's got to try this as a count. She's got to do taste test video combination. She's eaten Laughing Cow cheese for 10 years, but she never had it with a carrot. You guys, it's a whole different scene. She's having it with carrots. Good Lord. I
usually put this cheese... I always have a difficulty opening this. Like, it's really not rocket scientist. Who am I?
You're so quirky.
I usually put this on...
She's so cute, you guys.
Bagels.
But never on a carrot. This is weird, guys. She's so weird and quirky.
And I usually eat my carrots plain.
Wow.
So I wanted to dilly-dally in something different.
Wow. Chef Lynn. What a sensation this must be in her mouth. Processed bouncy cheese.
It's actually really good.
It's actually...
cheeses are...
horrible.
Only...
Sorry, I know.
30 calories.
Okay, I know I pissed off all the corn people this week. And now I guess I'm going to piss off all the Baby Bell people. That is terrible cheese. It's very rubbery. I don't like that cheese. You know how meat creeps her out? Those little cheeses creep me out. Baby Bell or whatever it is. And I know I probably just got a whole bunch of people mad at me, and I'm sorry. You're allowed to love the cheese. Don't come for me if you love the cheese. Love the cheese. Embrace the cheese. Bathe in that cheese. Make a fan page for the cheese. It's fine. We're allowed to disagree. I hate that cheese.
Per one. I get them from Walmart. It's not with the cheeses. It's actually with... It's like over in the deli area with the, like, feta cheese.
Jan on the Lamb says, that's why the cow on the packaging is laughing. I see I've got some cheese snobs in the chat. Thumbs up to the cheese snobs. I'm a pastry chef. I can't help it.
The pre-made pizzas. I don't know. It could be different everywhere, though. I'm going to take a big bite with the veggies, the meat, and the cauliflower.
It's like a lunch portion for me on one fork.
Yum!
It's good food, though. At least she's eating healthy.
So, again, if you guys want to try Freshly...
Not really.
Message me on my weight loss Instagram, which is linked down below.
What is that? Pineapple?
Just say the words Freshly, and I'll send you a link so you can get $40 off. And I do want to say, it gives me $40 off as well.
She didn't really do Freshly for that long, so I guess she didn't sell a lot of affiliate links sales on that. I would think she would have continued it longer if she was getting all these $40 off credits, right? I guess not many people were buying. But I don't know why. She made it all look so good.
I had forgot to mention that, so I am sorry.
Oh, she forgot to mention an affiliate link. Funny how she did that again. 2 years later.
So the next thing...
She's not giggly and clapping.
I'll talk about
Jody. Jody.
So there's this screenshot going around. Because I like to do these Instagram Q&As. And if I can edit the photos into here, I'll show you. Which I'm not very good at editing, as you guys know. So I'm hoping I can...
What? But it's her passion. She's not very good at editing? Isn't she flexing about her editing in IG like last night?
Put the screenshots in here. So I like to do...
She can't even put in 2 pictures. She can't overlay 2 screenshots into her video. Are you kidding me? Anybody with a cell phone can probably do that.
Q&As.
Amberlynn.
And someone decided to Photoshop, which a lot of people are really good at it. They decided to Photoshop me saying something about a bowling ball and a doctor.
She figured it out.
But they made a mistake in their in their Photoshop, which makes me If you're gonna
So now she's
Photoshop something,
denying this?
I'd say pay more attention. So, if you look at my screenshots of the ones that I did, which Instagram saves that in an archive. Every story that you post, Instagram actually saves.
Is she explaining?
So if you look,
is she explaining Instagram to people? Don't most people have Instagram and know how? Like she talks as if she's got, you know, the backstage secrets on everything because she's a professional YouTuber. You guys know as much as we do about this stuff. It's not like because all of a sudden you get monetized, you get a handbook of secrets of the internet, girl. Come on.
The mistake that they made is instead of saying ask me anything, they put ass, ASS, me anything. So that was the biggest mistake on their part. They accidentally messed up. So I did not say something about a bowling ball. I can tell you right now. I just thought, honestly, that was the funniest thing I have ever seen. And another thing I noticed about
the T Amber, do you think they did that on purpose?
it
She's so dense.
is that they switched two words, like in a sentence, where if you like really pay attention to it, it doesn't make sense. Trust me, I make mistakes in my writing all the time, but when I do Instagram Q&As, I try really hard to go back and reread it so I don't like
Right,
mess up
we
on
know
anything.
you're very conscientious about almost everything.
And just in general, if you know me, that's not something I would ever say. Ever. Which brings me to my next topic of discussion.
Okay, bring it on, girl.
Someone asked if I would sue the people making these fake, slanderous screenshots that aren't even real. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't sue anyone, to be honest.
It's too much work. She's afraid she'd lose.
Unless.
Whoops, did I say that?
There's like a really valid reason.
Unless I'm really sure I could win. And,
like if it's really ruining me.
And make a lot of money.
Even then.
Then I might.
I'm not so sure.
But I'm not sure because it's still a lot of work.
This is something so stupid that I just...
Eloise herself says, your girlfriend will, though. Yeah, except she talking she talking about trying to sue somebody for photoshopping her picture. Girl, take a seat. It's the internet.
I don't care enough.
I don't. The chewing is starting to get to me. I might have to fast forward a bit, guys.
I don't know. It's just weird. The things that people will do to make me look bad. I look bad on my own.
And notice she's not eating her supper. She's eating the cheese. It's all she's eating is the cheese and a carrot. She's not eating the meatloaf at all.
Like a list of things.
And forget about that mashed cauliflower.
My topics page.
The mashed cauliflower, the first bite she took, and she was like extolling. Excuse me. She was extolling how amazingly good this was. Now all she's been eating is her Baby Bell cheese.
So I always have something to talk about.
Oh, she's going in again.
Who knows half the time.
She does like those mushy, overcooked veg, though. She's going in for more of those than anything else.
This is not on the topic list, but oh my god. Becky and I did not get home until 2 a.m. last night.
Wow, party girls. Party girls.
We had a whole, like, day/night moment. It was so fun.
Day/night is not a moment. A moment is a short period of time. An entire day and night isn't a moment. It's an entire day and night. quite frankly, the opposite of a moment.
We went to the movies. We saw Gretel and Hansel, which was really good. I love the creepy parts. I don't want to give anything away, but there was a part where I was like, "Ooh, that girl cute." She was like this, like gothic girl, with, like this long, black hair.
Okay, we don't care.
I'm having like difficulties with this, so what I'm gonna do is
I don't care about her movie review. Sorry. Poor Andy sitting at home with COVID. Andy says, not me being jealous of Amberlynn having gone outside years ago because I'm stuck inside today. I kind of get it. If she was eating potatoes, I would be jealous. I get it.
They used to live about an hour and a half away, which makes a really big difference. But I was in the car, like in total, just between like the whole day, I was in the car for about...
Oh, she must be swollen.
4 hours.
Wow, swollen city. Swell city, girl.
We were out for about 12 to 14 hours.
Wow, the edema must be banging.
I was in the car for like 4 hours. Maybe? No.
How about this? I looked up swelling from sitting in a car. And the first thing that popped up on an easy Google search was edema. Edema is the name that they use to describe that condition, and it does happen to people. But why hasn't she labeled it yet? This blows my mind. She always just talks about, I get swollen when I'm in the car. Well, she hasn't taken the opportunity to tell us that she has edema. You know she loves a nice diagnosis. I can't believe she doesn't refer to it as edema. We should let her know that she's got edema. Or maybe now, if we talk about edema, if she starts talking about edema, we'll know she watches our video.
Oh, I'd say a little bit over that. So when that happens, I used to swell being in the car anyways, but now that I have lymphedema...
And edema.
I get really swollen. My lymphedema becomes
and
hard
edema.
as a rock, and I know probably no one wants to hear that. Like,
no, not while you're eating. It's even more revolting. But thanks.
This is so freaking amazing, you guys.
No, it's not. You're not making the right faces or sounds, clapping or anything. Look at the face. She's choking it.
I usually get 2 of these in my order.
No, you don't.
I think even once I got 3.
Right back to the cheese.
I usually go for the 12 a day, so I can eat them for lunch and dinner, or I get the 9 a day. 9 a day.
Freudian slip, girl? Oh my God, seriously. Edit
9
this.
a week.
Why wouldn't she edit that out? Edit out 10 minutes of carrot chewing.
The next thing I want to talk about is my sleeping schedule. You guys, I used to fall asleep at noon and wake up at 5 p.m. At noon. My whole day is wasted.
No kidding.
I wake up like every 30 minutes. I used to think there was something wrong with me. Like, I was like, why am I waking up so often? I really thought there was something wrong with me.
Well, there is, girl.
Turns out, as much as my body does not want to sleep at night...
Her body doesn't want to sleep. Her body doesn't want to let go of the fat. There might be something wrong with her, guys. There might be something wrong with her. Her body doesn't want to let her sleep. Her body doesn't want to let go of the weight. I don't know what Amberlynn did to get just such a really bad body. You know, it's sad. The rest of us got normal bodies, and her body is betraying her. It's terrible. Teresa, thank you for the super chat. She says, your non-diagnosis of Amber has helped me so much dealing with the aftermath of a friendship with a narc, so thank you so much. Teresa, you're very welcome. You know, I don't diagnose and I have no training. I just have 58 years experience with a narcissist and a lot of therapy. But if we've been any help, I'm so happy. Our Discord has a lot of people who share war stories in there, and it's a helpful spot. Sometimes it's a little too much, but you know, let's go.
It also really does want to sleep at night. Like,
it does.
It needs to sleep at night.
Oh, it needs it. It needs it.
Oh my god.
It's so weird.
So now that my schedule is fixed, I go to bed at like midnight, and
she really separates herself from her body. It's really weird. I've never seen anybody that does it that consistent. Like, her body needs to sleep. Her body won't sleep. Her body won't let go. It's so weird, right?
I wake up about 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So it's like about 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It just depends. And I sleep like an actual baby the whole night.
What, you wake up every 3 hours to eat?
At all. I think maybe once. I have a bad habit. Like, this is... I don't know why I do it, but I've been doing it since I was little. But...
You eat with your mouth... Talk with your mouth full?
I have a very bad habit.
Eating like a lizard?
Of waking up and seeing if the people near me are still breathing. I don't know why I do it. So I'll see if Becky's still breathing while she's sleeping, and then I'll see if Twinkie's still breathing while she's sleeping, because that's who sleeps with.
How much you want to bet she read that somewhere that somebody said they did this? I don't think she does this. She doesn't even sleep in the same bedroom as Wifey, I don't think. There was one Instagram thing where they talked about Wifey knocking on the door or something, or on her bedroom door or something. I don't know, it's weird. She doesn't do this. She read it somewhere else. Somebody else told this anecdote, and she's claiming it as her own. I bet you any money. She doesn't check Twinkie's breathing. Twinkie was in pain, and she let her sit there while she went to eat.
Twinkie.
She doesn't do this.
Eating that by itself is really good.
Can't see.
It's just like eating cheese by itself.
Just have a plate of Baby Bell and go for it, girl. We're not judging. Just go for it. Eat the cheese.
Meat.
Eat the
plant. A little bit of everything left. It's so good. Literally everything.
Can I tell you my secret shame? We eat the same way. We eat the same way. I go around the plate. I take one bite of each thing in the plate, and I leave my favorite thing is the last bite on the plate. It's demented, but it's the same thing she does. We're like we're now, we're sisters. Me and Amby.
So it's like a weird thing. So I'll wake up about once a night to do that, but you guys, I sleep like a sound baby. I'm just like...
She sleeps like a baby. Up every 3 hours.
And it feels really good because I really did think something was wrong with me. But what it was...
Oh, sorry. I didn't have my glasses on.
I was waking up so much through the night because I was sleeping at the wrong time. My body was just like, what are you doing?
Now I can see.
So something else I want to talk about is I want to start dancing again.
Oh, dance, girl. Dance. You go, little prima ballerina.
I love dancing.
I was just dancing to Rage Against the Machine just before we went live. I gotta tell you, that song just makes me happy. It's such a good song. You know the song.
So much. And
Amber wouldn't dance to that.
Like, I used to be in dance groups. I would choreograph dances to do in talent shows.
Go choreograph.
Choreograph. Who am I? I'm going to say choreograph. I would make up dances.
You had it right, girl.
And it was just...
Here we go.
When I would perform in front of people, I honestly... It was the most...
God, I wish there was footage.
Exhilarating.
God, I wish there was footage of that.
Ever.
Would you not pay money to see footage of little Amber's choreographing a dance recital video footage? Oh my God, I would love to see that.
And it was pure happiness and joy, and it's so fun, so so fine. So hard to find something like that makes me feel just like free and just
scratch art.
It is one of the most amazing feelings. Dancing
Babylynn dancing.
Babylynn. Passion.
Prima ballerina Babylynn.
100% point blank period.
I hate that expression.
Like,
I hate it when she says things that I can't edit.
Obviously, I can't dance like that. There is a YouTuber, Fitness
dance.
Marshall.
She could walk a bit.
I'm sure everyone's heard of him. And his cute little girls on the side. They do pretty easy. I wouldn't even say to moderate. They're pretty easy.
Hey, girl, you're not going to dance. Let's skip this. Look at her go. Look at her go.
So thank you guys for helping me.
Look at her go.
Wow.
She's on a mission now.
Who would have thunk it?
Remember,
yeah.
doing mukbangs on camera makes her mindful of eating, and she eats slower, right? Did you catch that? Did you see how slow she was eating there? It's because she's very mindful right now.
I want to try dancing again.
Still dancing. We know, girl. You do. We know you do.
I've built up my stamina a lot.
Oh.
I'm going to give you guys a little tea.
Oh.
A little freaking tea.
God, we got to listen to her chew for 10 minutes first.
On.
Hold on while I chew this carrot. Oh, girl, please. You don't need to dance and chew.
Yes. If you ever watch those,
the hell was that?
Go back and watch them. Especially during the try-on part. There's a lot of editing. Because I could not breathe.
Yeah, we know.
In between, oh my god. It's almost like comically embarrassing. In between each dress or shirt or sweater that I would try on, this was me. Oh my god, my back. Oh my god, I can't breathe. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think I have a pain in my arm and my chest. No, okay, it wasn't that extreme. It was like I didn't have a pain in my arm and chest.
That sounded a little too true, didn't it? Okay, she didn't have an pain in the arm and chest, but the rest of it, my back, I can't breathe. Can you imagine how much fun she must have been to live with? God, poor Becky. Can you imagine? Like the stuff we don't know? All the moaning and the pain and the having to help. Like, it just, I can't imagine. I bet that happened a lot. I've always said, we've all said, she's got to be in a lot of pain all the time. Come on, girl. We're not even picking on you. We feel bad for you. You have to be in pain all the time. But the way she denies it steadfastly. But then every once in a while, a little bit of tea, a little bit of truth slips out, right? Damn, girl.
My back would hurt. I'd be breathing that hard. So I got an order in.
Yeah, but you're not better now.
Of Torrid. I think it was like 2 days ago. And I didn't film a video. I just kind of kept it to myself and did my own little try-on haul by myself.
The arm sways.
I think I was on the 5th dress. And I was like...
Why do you need 5 dresses?
Wait a minute.
This is from February 2020.
I'm still standing. My back doesn't hurt. And I'm breathing just fine. And I started crying. I'm so ridiculous. I literally started crying.
Because she was so proud of herself.
Because
she's come so far.
That... No.
God, girl.
No. Like, I'm talking... I could not. Physically could not do that 6 months ago. I could barely do one, like, outfit try-on haul. Try-on hauls were very, very hard for me.
Funny, you only do a one outfit try-on haul today. Wonder why that is.
Very hard.
Just saying.
That just goes to show.
Okay.
How losing weight,
She likes touching her mouth.
more, can change your freaking life. And I know a lot of people like.
You go, girl.
"That's
Inspiration,
so
Lynn.
good."
Inspire us,
I get
Lynn.
it. A lot of people compare themselves. Like when I used to have Twitter, someone sent me a screenshot of their it was like their Fitbit or their Apple Watch steps, and I think they took like 14,000, and they're like, "How about that, Amberlynn? Let me see yours."
That's
And
stupid.
I'm like, "Are you really
There's
comparing yourself
yeah,
to someone who's
stupid.
500 and how long ago was that? It was when I had a Twitter. So yeah, I was 570 pounds about, and I was like, "Are you really gonna compare yourself to someone who's 570 pounds? Go compare yourself to like an athlete if you're taking 14,000 steps. Like,
Okay,
good for you. Like, honestly, good for you, but."
I agree with her point. I think it's dumb when we compare ourselves to her. It's not the same. I'm not going to flex how many steps I take and how little she takes. I talk about it, but I only talk about it in terms that she's lying about her number. If she was taking 2,400 steps a day, I'd applaud her because that would be a lot for her. It's all relative. You can't compare yourself to her. On the other hand, she's lying about her steps anyway. And 14,000 steps a day doesn't make you a professional athlete. Just makes you a reasonably active person, not even a super active person.
What? Comparing yourself to me is silly.
It's true. That's true.
That's like comparing Michael Jordan to a 1-year-old toddler.
In certain areas,
Obviously, they're gonna...
like for physical things like that, yes. Those physical things, yes. Nope, you can't compare. But emotional things, yes, we can, because we're all the same human beings, right? So we can compare your behaviors to ours.
a bit different. I just thought it was funny. I'm over here like, okay.
I know my pause game
If
is
you wanna like
is
compare.
on
And
point today.
It wasn't like a comparing, like a friendly comparing. She was very condescending, and I saw her reply to another tweet that was really rude. So it was more so like showing off almost. And I was like, honestly, I'm the type of person that like celebrates other people's victories.
No, you don't. Oh,
This
girl.
plate completed. Satisfying? No. I like when I watch mukbangs and the people actually finish their food. That's satisfying. Yeah, I am proud of other people's victories. I don't know if for her that's a victory. I don't know if she does that every day. I don't know if like she's used to it. I don't know.
Maybe she does like the meatloaf. She's saving it for the last bite. And I know I saved the very best bite for the last bite. But I would think the cheese was her favorite. Don't miss a pea, girl.
But I was just confused.
Get a
I
napkin.
was like, really?
Please.
Who knows?
Please use a napkin on
knows?
camera just once
But,
for us. Just once.
Oh my god, we're going down to the nitty gritty. I have to have my last pea and carrot.
She's nervous. She's almost done.
I really do want to say thank you guys because this helps me eat and enjoy the food more and savor it more.
Yeah, sure.
I do appreciate that.
You didn't even look like you saw what you were
Honestly.
eating. You just shoveled it in your face.
And I usually eat... I think I eat all my meals alone, to be honest. I do, because...
That's sad when you live with your girlfriend.
Becky eats at different times than I do.
Because she keeps a
She
normal
usually
schedule.
only eats like once a day, and then later on she'll have something small.
Why don't you try that?
And our schedules are a little bit different. She's still sleeping right now.
Becky's sleeping and she's up? That seems odd. Oh, she's... Unless it's 2 in the morning or something.
If anyone's curious, the calories on this are less than 600. They're like, I don't know, 5.
Why is everything 600 calories? That seems to be a very magic number for her. Everything is 600 calories. It's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? She's almost finished, thank God.
The meatloaf meal all in itself was 430 calories, which is not bad, sis. Not bad at all. So I still have a lot more topics in my little mukbang topics thing, and I'll keep adding on.
Oh, great.
And,
we're
yeah,
thrilled.
I'm excited. Like,
yeah, we can't wait.
I'll always have something to talk about. I just feel like...
As long as it's
maybe
you.
I'm a little boring, so, like, I'll make sure to, like, even kilter it. Maybe some tea in one with something boring.
I'll even kilter it. I'll talk about something boring I did, but then I'll give you a little tea about me, and then I'll talk about some food I ate, and then I'll talk about a taste test, and then I'll do a grocery haul. So I'll even kilter it.
Also, I don't want the whole video to be, like, boring. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Pretty much they are. We make them fun.
Anyways, I am so swollen. So I'm going to drink...
edema.
Tons of water.
Maybe you have edema.
I'm going to try to keep my calories at a certain limit, which means less sodium. And I'm hoping to, I'd say within 2 days, not be as swollen.
Okay.
So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have crazy hair happening, as per usual. But I'll see you guys in the next one.
I love how every time I watch Zachary Michael, when she says about her in the beginning, every video she talks about her hair being a mess, and he always says, girl, your hair looks exactly the same in every single video. And look, it's true. She just said it again. Her hair always looks like that. Her hair rarely looks different. Honest to goodness. So there you go. Amberlynn's apology and meatloaf. Isn't she a peach? So now let me see if I can find where my video is. Oh, here it is. I found it. How cool is that? Where is it now? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, something's happening. This video isn't opening. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I had a problem rendering it, and it wouldn't... You know what I can do? Oh, sorry, you guys. Let me see if I can do something here. I think the file is corrupted. Oh, frig, I did so much work on that thing. I guess I have the raw footage. Let me see if... No, I called it loaf of meat. But it's corrupted. The file is corrupted. Meatloaf is the thumbnail. But let me see. I don't think I saved this as a project. We can look at the raw footage and I can skip through. I don't do that much editing. I'm like Amberlynn on the cooking videos. I don't do that much editing. But let's see if this is the right one or not. This is not the right one. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, let's close. I'm sorry, you guys. This file is corrupt. It was something happened when it was exporting, but I was having a shower and all that. So let's try this. Oh. Alright, welcome back to my tippy tiny kitchen. You're gonna see all the mess and everything. This video's so raw now, you guys. Fuck. This video's so raw, you guys. Fuck. I know, Amberlynn lost 3 minutes. I only lost an entire video that I just spent 45 minutes editing and shooting. I shouldn't complain. We'll get we can figure it out. A pork meatloaf. But we're going to make it with apples and finish it with a nice apple and red onion sauce. It's going to be so good.
It won't be Merkception. She goes away in a minute.
Some ground pork. Here I've got my selection of other stuff. So in here I've got some apples, red onion. I'm going to have some squash because I can't have potatoes.
A mess.
There's a little rosemary.
The mess is behind me. Look at the table behind me. Look over here. Look at this mess over here. I got a pan. I got another pan, the coffee pot, my printer. It's a mess over there. It's really hard to run a small food business out of a kitchen this small in an apartment this small.
In there too. And Brussels sprout.
Skyfully, I'm trying not to eat much red meat right now because I was just diagnosed as pre-diabetic and also having high cholesterol. So this month, I'm not eating any carbs, and I'm really limiting my red meat.
Potatoes are already boiling because Joan likes her potatoes. I didn't want to show you that. You know how to peel and boil a potato. I'll probably mash them. Let's get started.
Oh, see, now you're going to see all this in-between stuff.
Board on board. Add the onion, your ground pork. You can use ground beef. But because we're doing the apple in here, I would highly recommend.
Eloise said my face looks thinner, thank you.
Pork.
Weigh in tomorrow.
Next, we're going to add some garlic. Yeah, I'm using it out of a jar. Come for me. Yeah, I'm not a real chef because I use
Come for me.
Trust me, most restaurants I've ever worked in buy pureed garlic.
Sorry to break it to you.
About that anymore. A little Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. If you can't pronounce it, you can call it Lee and Perrins. So we'll put a couple of dashes of that in there.
Yeah, come for me about the garlic. I don't care. I don't care.
Dried mustard or any mustard. I'm going to use a little Dijon, which my Dijon is almost empty.
And the corn.
Maybe a spoon, teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. Now, of course, we're going to add some salt. I'm going to slip in a little pepper.
Rhymes with rooster. Worcestershire.
You can put diced carrots in there and celery. I don't have celery on hand.
I never have.
Some celery seed.
I never have celery. It goes bad in my fridge.
I find celery seed is a really good alternative if you don't have celery on hand.
Or, of course, Mrs. Dash.
And now our secret ingredient is an apple. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel and we're going to grate the apple.
Worcestershire. Isn't that what I said?
Filling.
I don't know.
First we give it a quick peel.
Probably not.
You can use a peeler if you prefer. I learned with a paring knife, so it's what I like.
Sophie, you can garnish with staples at the end. You don't want to cook them. They might get rusty if they're not the right kind.
Okay. We don't want any skin. Now we get our little...
Oh, see, I edited out all this stuff, and you guys have to watch all this stupid crap.
I just have one of these.
There.
And grate your apple.
I know, Brits call it Lee and Perrins. Many kitchens I've worked in, we call it Lee and Perrins. Worcestershire, isn't that what I said? I don't know, I'll have to go back and play it. I thought it's Worcestershire, isn't that what I say? See, I usually fast forward through this. I edit this out. Sorry.
And into our pork mixture with our grated apple. Now, pre-diabetic friendly. We're not going to use breadcrumbs. You should use breadcrumbs.
Normally I would use panko crumbs, but
we're going to use steel-cut oats as our binder, and not very many of them. There's no egg in this recipe. You get enough moisture.
There's no shire.
From the apple.
so you don't need the egg. And now we mix it up.
I'm not going to discuss that sauce anymore now. We're done. Look, it's gross though. I put in a I put in a title that said creepy. But, you know,
No, I think I want to add a little bit of rosemary in here. And maybe a bit of parsley.
I didn't add the parsley.
Okay, fresh rosemary.
No soy sauce.
Wash my hands, clean cutting board, blah, blah, blah. Fresh rosemary. Now, many fresh herbs, you can just chop them with the stems and it's okay. Parsley has a pretty soft stem. Coriander has a pretty cilantro has a pretty soft stem.
No Pam.
Rosemary is not. Rosemary is like a wooden stem, like a tree. So what you have to do is pick all these leaves off. Now, the best way to do that is just push it. They grow up like a tree. So you turn it upside down and you just push.
I love
on the
rosemary
stem.
so much too, Haley. It's so
You
yummy.
get most of the leaves off, and then you can just pick off the remainders. And by now your nose is full of the most amazing smell of rosemary. And I think that might be enough. We don't want to overdo it. And then we're going to chop this up
I'll
fine.
have to fast forward through this. Hang on. I'm not Nader. I don't have to flex my chopping skills.
Nice and for the top, so we're going to put a little rosemary in there. And we're going to mix this up again, even though we just washed our hands.
No rolling papers for that. That's for after.
So to review, it's ground pork, garlic, onion, salt, pepper, celery, or celery seed.
Creepy.
A little bit of mustard. It can be mustard powder. I used Dijon mustard. Worcestershire sauce.
See, I said it wrong again. Oh my god.
Herons.
Here we go.
1 grated apple.
Please
I
no.
used about for 3/4 of a pound or so of pork. I used maybe 1.
Do you know that my entire comment section is going to be full of this now? You watch. You go check this video in about 12 hours. The whole comment section is going to be full of people telling me how to pronounce Lee and Parents, which I am now forever, the rest of my life, going to call Lee and Parents. Thank you very much.
Maybe 1 ounce of rolled oats, not much more than that.
God.
And I can't find my
And nobody in Canada or USA knows how to pronounce that damn sauce anyways. Oh, give us a break.
lovely silicone pans. So I have this, you know, your run-of-the-mill
I'm going to pin a comment
loaf-style pan.
to
We're
the
gonna
top.
put it all in here. Our oven is going to be preheated to 350
At least I can
degrees.
spell it. Haley, don't feel
Put it
guilty.
in nice and firm and tight so there's no air bubbles.
It's
or
not just
spaces.
you. It's funny. The sound of the boiling potatoes is bothering me.
Of course, we're going to top it with bacon. It's a pork meatloaf. Why not?
Because bacon has no carbs.
Now,
Worcester.
the bacon that I have on
Worcester.
hand is, of course, maple bacon because, you know, I like my maple.
Worcester.
Gotta represent Canadians, so of course here we've got our
Maple bacon.
maple-flavored bacon,
Maple bacon.
which will actually lend itself exceptionally well to this meatloaf because it's a little sweet.
There you
with
go.
The apple and the pork.
Little cameo from Six Bacons.
You know what? I'm going to change this up just a little bit. Hang on. Hang on 1 sec.
Yeah, watch. Okay, so this is what I did.
So out of that loaf pan, because I'd rather see the bacon. So let's try this again. We're going to put the bacon on now. Because I would like to see the bacon do something like this.
I would like to see the bacon do something like this. It sounds like Amberlynn. Like as if the bacon is a sentient being and can do anything.
I don't know if I've got enough though, so we'll have to... You know what we do here? We make it work, right? Let's go backwards.
Okay, so we go and we put the bacon on. Boom. Hey, it's like live editing.
It was destined
There.
to be.
Live editing. I love that little pink knife.
Hey.
It's a Victorinox.
Let's tuck that in.
It's so
nice.
handy. Get them on Amazon. They come in like 4-packs for. They're pretty cheap.
And just because I have these little delicious bits left, I'm going to put them on the top.
Because they looked yummy, those bits. I didn't want to waste the yummy bits.
All right.
Loaf of meat.
I'll give you a better look at this. Ready to go in the oven. Pork meatloaf with apples.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Put it in cast iron pan because
8
we love our
bacons.
cast iron pan.
8 bacons.
Ready to cook. Okay, Joan's. I mean, see, I've been how to
Yeah.
reeling them out,
Potatoes.
and then I put them back on the stove to dry them out a bit because they are much better when they're dried. Now, like I said, this is a high-fat mashed potato, so butter,
Fattening up. Gotta fatten Joan up.
35% cream.
God, I want to eat those potatoes
Yum.
so bad. It is kind of a fall recipe, isn't it?
And just like Mama used to do, mash by hand. You don't have to. I do.
I want to eat them.
Oh, it smells so good, and I can't eat potatoes. It's like torture. Oh my God.
Don't need to hear Merc singing to the potatoes.
They could use a little more salt. And that's it.
I'll save you from that.
Potatoes.
Just butter and 35% cream. Salt, pepper if you want. You can also put sour cream in mashed
So that's
potatoes.
Joan's
It's really
potatoes
good.
That I would,
Yeah, no glue.
you know, if you ever see a news report about a senior citizen being smothered in her sleep, it might be because I really needed to get at these potatoes. So we're going to set them aside for now. They're ready to go. Very easy to reheat potatoes, either on the stovetop or in the microwave.
Thornback says, Narc Alert, my mom is underweight right now too. She's been eating ice cream every night to try and stop losing weight. My mother has been eating ice cream too, and I gave her my blender to make milkshakes, and she eats that every day, and it's helping. I'm also slipping in a lot of avocado, and I put 35% cream in just about every meal she eats. So, but then she lies, so I don't know. It depends on if she wants, what mood she's in, whether she's going to tell me, you know how they are.
So that's good to go.
But ice
Our
cream
meatloaf
is
in the
helping her,
oven.
too.
We're going to prep up the Brussels sprouts.
Is there a way to mash not by hand? Yeah,
Or
with
much maligned Brussels
use
sprouts. Many people don't like them. I love them.
could use a hand mixer.
I like to say, just for safety's sake, we had pork on the other side of this.
I didn't
like
clean
to
it.
say,
I just flipped
I like
it.
the freak vegetables.
The
I
fruit.
like turnip and rutabaga. I like Brussels sprouts. I like all the very bitter veg. So what we do with a Brussels sprout is you want to cut off
They're
that
the best.
fibrous end. Now, a lot of the petals are going to fall off, and that's okay. It's going to happen. Just cut them off.
Oh, so here's what
I might roast these. They're very nice roasted.
you put a little X in the bottom
And
of
then it's
them.
easy. You just pop them in the oven.
They just cook better that way.
And now I have a squash here. I have half a squash here because I ate half of it already. So I'm going to roast this too.
I got the Brussels sprouts because I wanted rutabaga,
So
but
you want to cut it into manageable pieces.
I can't find
You want to, of
rutabaga.
course, take out all the seeds and crap.
Nobody
I
has
just find
rutabaga.
It's easier when the pieces are a little slimmer.
So, clean the squash. Roasted radishes. Yeah, I have a lot of turnip in the fridge right now, but I want rutabaga. I'm craving that. It's not just for Thanksgiving.
Squash is ready.
See, look at the mess.
Probably should have done this in a bowl first.
I didn't. It's okay.
Sloppy.
It's all right.
Don't do the way I'm doing.
Don't do that, though. But it's okay. Salt, pepper, that's it.
Using this after we cook it as well. So we're just leaving it pretty simple right now. Why not roast our garlic, our Brussels sprouts at the same time?
Because I'm lazy.
I'm gonna hit them with a little.
And roasting
olive
everything
oil.
is easy.
And salt. Little garlic.
Angry pumpkins. That's cute. Angry
This is not a
pumpkins.
mixing bowl, but you know it works. Squash.
So that's going in the oven with
I
the...
think this is a pepper squash actually. Ready to go in the oven. So let's pop them in too. And now we wait.
Now I have another one, but I don't know where it is. Let me move this so you don't see everything in the world. Give me a second and let me see if I can find part 2. I think it will be here.
Okay, we're back. Excuse me.
Chesticles. Oh, please.
Okay, we're back. And now we're going to make
Look.
a little apple and red onion sauce.
It's the Merc boob cam. Let's try and move the boob cam over a little bit. Oh no, I've been watching too much
Go with
Amber.
our meatloaf. I've got butter in the pan. Butter isn't the best thing for me, so I'm going to use half the amount of butter I would normally use and add a little olive oil. Just cut that butter with a bit of olive oil, make it a little bit more healthy, without sacrificing any flavor.
I do that for
We're gonna
popcorn
we
too,
want the onion in there first. This is a monstrously large.
For popcorn, like butter's okay for me, but it is high in fat. So what I do for popcorn is I just use a little bit of butter, and then I mix it with olive oil, and I put that on my popcorn. Just a little bit. Then I can get away with like a teaspoon of butter, which is nothing. Right? That's fine.
Onion. Product of.
Yeah, this
Mexico.
isn't important. I get
Let's see if
obsessed.
the bananas are from Costa.
I get a little obsessed with where the food comes from.
So
You don't need to
I think a
do...
quarter of this big onion should do us.
Okay, so we're going to cut an onion. It takes a long
I'm
time.
gonna get-
Let's cut the damn onion,
but
Reid.
not so thick.
Rein it in and cut that onion.
The pan.
Okay.
Okay. You can see it a bit. We'll move over there.
Shadow
And let them
hair.
st-
I'm just using regular olive oil, not extra virgin. You can't cook with extra virgin olive oil because the smoke point is too low. You can't heat it up high enough. And to be honest, I find a lot of extra virgin olive oil a little overpowering in flavor. But regular olive oil, extra virgin is the first press of the olives. It's the first oil that comes out of the first press of the virgin olives. And then regular olive oil is further down the line. After those olives have been pressed a few more times, you can still get oil out of them, but it's not the pure first oil. So that's what regular olive oil is, and it has a higher smoke point. So I just honestly a little bit lower than butter. Not much, almost the same, but very similar.
Started. You want to hear a nice sizzle, but not an insane scream when your food hits the pan. I would prefer to do these in my cast iron, but my cast iron is in use in the oven.
I don't like the virgin olive oil so much. I know chefs. I would be drummed out of being a chef for saying that, but I find it strong in flavor.
Oh, this onion is making me cry. Red onions don't usually do that. Holy mackerel. Woo! I also took Veronica says, I read somewhere that in order not to get your hands with onion and garlic smell, you have to not rub them and immediately put them under cold water. Well, I've never heard that, but you know what absolutely works is rub your hands on stainless steel. Like grab a stainless steel bowl or the knife and rub your hands on that and then wash them. And that will take care of the garlic. There's even things you can see. There's things they call chef soap. I've seen called chef soap. And it's shaped like a bar of soap, but it's stainless steel. So I guess you just use that like soap under this, and that takes garlic out. Every time. It's a good trick. The Brussels sprouts out, they were done. So they're roasted lovely. There's not a lot of them there, so I threw some mushrooms in the oven as well. Or in the sink. Yeah, the sink would work. Apple. I'm going to leave the skin on. Oh, my eyes. Those onions were so strong. I was like weeping. For color. And fiber. All right, so cutting apples. We know how to cut apples, right? When you in there. It's a long time to cut stuff. See how much editing we do here? Oh, Awesome Overlord says we used to have the chef soap and it worked like a charm. Stainless steel is amazing. It's so weird. And pepper, if some chemical. Like. We're gonna add some rosemary in there as well. I believe those are Macintosh apples. I was gonna say, you want to use. You know, there's hundreds of kinds of apples, and some are pie apples and some are sauce apples. Sauce apples will break down in shape and become mushy when you cook them. Pie apples tend to hold their shape. So you want to look for something that's more of a pie apple, like a Macintosh or a Northern Spy, Ida Red. If you Google pie apples, it'll give you a whole bunch of them to try. Fuji's, I think. Well, there's so many kinds. There's like 300 kinds of apples. Honeycrisp, Granny Smith. There's not really a trick to making your eyes not water. If you hold a piece of bread in your mouth while you're chopping the onion, that will work. And if you eat the bread later, it'll taste like onion, but you look like a fool. So in a kitchen, you're probably not going to do that. Okay, chopping, chopping, chopping. Now just saute till it's done. Peregrine apples. I don't know those. I like Ida Reds for pies. It's a little small. Northern Spies are good too. Pink Ladies. There's millions of apples. You can't see much, I'm sorry. Here. So here's what we've got. Yeah, lab glasses would work. Turn your stove down. Glasses help. Between medium and low. And just let that go for a while. Okay. So, now, don't worry. We don't have to look at her for too long. Hang on. Don't get scared. We have a conclusion. Okay, so here we have everything finished. Ooh, looks yummy, doesn't it? This is our roasted Brussels sprouts and roasted mushrooms. And pepper squash. Roasted as well. Roasty, roasty. Everything's roasted. Apple and red onion to go with our meatloaf. And of course the meatloaf and the mashed potato. It's so good. I tried it already. I'd like to just cut it to see how it looks on the inside. So, I know, and she gets the mashed potatoes too, so she's very lucky. It's been resting for a while. Things like this are a little tricky to cut because you don't want to mess up all your hard work. So what you want to do is saw very gently through here. Sorry, until you get through the bacon slices, and then you can push. Use a serrated knife the rest of the way, and that'll make you not destroy your product. And look at that. Perfect. Perfecto. Looks like a pretty good slice of meatloaf to me. I would add a little sage, maybe, or thyme. That would be nice in there too. Rosemary's good. But it was the first time I tried that. See now, look, see all the mess you see. Messy, messy. Messy, messy. There. Not so messy now. So thank you for joining me for dinner, and we'll see you again next Sunday. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. So there's dinner. Now I can take my headphones off. Yay, the best part of the day. Yeah, it wasn't raw at all. Not raw. Properly seasoned, healthy, pre-diabetic friendly meal that looks yummy and delicious. See, you don't have to, you can cook really good food. It doesn't have to be fattening. So there you go. Pork and apple meatloaf. Something a little different. And I tried it and it was delicious. And it doesn't taste like apple, but there is a subtle sweetness to it. And the rosemary's nice in there, but like I said, I might want to add some sage or maybe thyme next time. So, on that note, look at the man came back to say goodbye. The man. Hi, handsome. Are you ready to say goodnight to everybody? Because it's almost time for supper. Do you want to see him react? If I get up, he'll think he's getting food. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, I'm going to get up now. Okay, I'm going to get up now. Oh, you going to prove me wrong? You're such a cat. Oh my god. My shirt looks dirty. Oh, it's because I was cooking. I look like Amberlynn on camera now. He didn't even get up. Cats always have to prove you as a liar. That's what they do. They're narcissists. Okay, handsome. Be like that. Well, I don't know about you, but it's almost 6 p.m. where I am, and I'm starving. So I'm going to go eat that meatloaf. And you know what I'm going to upload tomorrow? Not a damn thing. I'm taking tomorrow off. Thank you so much for joining me. If you make the meatloaf, post the pictures in our Discord. If you're not in the Discord, there's a link in the description. And you might want to join now because we're considering making it members only. Everybody that's there will stay there, safely grandfathered in. But we are thinking about it. So you might want to get in now while the getting's good. I have a Patreon with stories up there to sleep to and some true crime stories. I have a merch shelf that has some silly merchandise on it. And channel memberships for $1.99 to support the channel. And we throw you a free video every once in a while. Anyway, I gotta go eat. Thanks for joining me. Have a great night. I'll see you in